And I want to say a few words about one aspect of that bright future, because much of our discussions, not all, by any stretch of the imagination, but much of our discussions today will focus on how we can build a new economy together and how we can take some initiatives that our government has launched under the Building Canada Act and use them to connect and transform our economy, creating great careers for our citizens. That was Canada's 24th Prime Minister, Mark Carney, speaking moments before a historic roundtable with Inuit leaders in Inuvik. His pledge to build a single inclusive economy from coast to coast to coast, where every community helps shape and share in national prosperity. Carney didn't fly north merely for optics. He arrived with nearly a third of his cabinet, signaling that the Arctic isn't a remote afterthought. It's central to Canada's future. On the table, closing the North-South infrastructure gap, securing the Arctic, and rolling out the new One Canadian Economy Act, Bill C-5, legislation designed to slash internal trade barriers and fast-track nation-building projects. It is a great pleasure and a great honor for me, and almost a third of our cabinet, to join this Inuit Crown Partnership Committee meeting. It's a testament to how effective this body has been because of your leadership and how much more it can accomplish going forward. For Inuit leadership, this Partnership Council has always been about action, not talk. Carney's words, calling the forum a testament to how much it can accomplish, landed as both compliment and challenge. The proof will arrive only when projects break ground and jobs appear. Really, what the Act does is create the conditions for the federal government to be more effective and efficient in our part of the partnership. You know, for too long, the attitude in Ottawa has been, why should a project be done? Instead of, how can we help the project move forward? For decades, communities have complained that federal red tape strangled northern development. Carney concedes that point, then flips it on its head. By creating a major projects office, a single federal doorway for big ideas, his government vows to ask not, why should we, but how can we help? And so what we're doing is several things to make ourselves more efficient. One is to create a single point of contact, a major projects office. It'll be up and running by Labor Day. This will be the place to submit ideas and opportunities, and also the way for the federal government to organize itself. But the identification of those projects comes through consultation, cooperation, and engagement. That is at the heart. Put simply, if your community has a port, rail, or energy proposal that passes environmental muster, Ottawa will have one coordinated team to shepherd it, start to finish, within 2 years, not 5. A seat at the table isn't enough. Carney is offering real ownership, up to $10 billion in federal loan guarantees to let Inuit, First Nations, and Métis governments buy equity stakes in projects on their land, turning consultation into co-investment. In order to help facilitate that, we're doing several things. We are forming an Indigenous Advisory Council for the Major Projects Office. That will include Inuit representation, and this is part of what we'll discuss today. This council is a supplement to existing processes and is very much about how we're working together at this table. In addition, we will be providing significant financial resources so that if a project is identified and the federal government is doing our side of the equation, then there can be full equity ownership participation, financed up to $10 billion by the federal government. Some critics feared Bill C-5 would bulldoze treaty-based environmental assessments. Carney couldn't have been clearer. These safeguards stay. Projects must still pass the rigorous, community-driven reviews enshrined in modern treaties, a red line his cabinet says it will not cross. I want to be absolutely clear. C-5 fully respects all treaty rights, including modern treaty rights. Environmental assessments consistent with those treaty rights are one of the things we'll discuss directly. What C-5 does at its heart is make federal participation in any project more efficient and more effective. This was today's important update. We want to make it absolutely clear that our videos never include any kind of misinformation. Canadian Nexus is dedicated to bringing you verified and trustworthy news from across Canada, from politics to society and everything in between. If you value truth and facts, you're in the right place. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Canadian Nexus channel. Thank you.